Molly, can you show me the bit that you're struggling with or the bit that you're concerned about?
Okay.
That high with the normal words.
If I die, you'll be the reason, the excuse. If I die, you'll be the reason. I'll blame it all on you. You tear my skin apart, oh, every part of me. You tear my skin apart, I find it hard to breathe.
And the problem there is that it feels like it's a problem. It should be a problem. Or does it actually feel problematic in any way?
When I sing it about 10 times, it does.
So let's play with some different ways of singing it.
And also, there's a really long bit where I have to hold my breath for it.
So let's try the exercise of na 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 and see if that helps find something else. Na 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 na.
Na 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 na.
We'll do that again and see if you can get that top note on slightly better on pitch.
Okay. Na 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 na.
Does that feel all right?
Yeah.
You feel more
I'm
difficult.
on the right pitch though in any of them, but
Well, yeah. So that's one. And can you sing "You'll be the reason" as if you are that 4 or 5-year-old?
you'll be the reason, the excuse.
Yeah. So I don't feel that's necessarily helpful.
No, it feels like it's yeah.
And that would be helpful for somebody else, somebody who has less pressure and intensity already.
Okay.
If they needed more, I don't think you need more. So now you're going to try a little bit of a sigh. So I'm just throwing all things in different angles at you to see what is helpful. Putting your hand on your lower abs. I know you've got really long legs, but your lower abs. Now, okay, so that tells me you are holding, lady. So hand on your lower abs and just
Do you want me to turn?
sigh. Yeah. See if you can loosen your knees a little bit. Yeah, marvellous. Do it. Yeah, a bit of a nice hit. Yeah, there we go. And just keeping your head nice and tall. You're looking down at me, which is not going to help you. And just sigh. And there. Did you feel that at the very end it moved?
Yeah.
Do that again. That was great. Yes. And hopefully that something you're doing or is that something that's happening?
I think I'm doing it.
Okay, then I want you to stop doing it. Okay. So just keeping your spine as long as it wants to be, thinking ballet but with loose belly. So that lovely ballet lengthening, but then letting your knees go, like ballet with sloppy muscles. And just sigh, just do that sigh again and don't make it do anything. And again. Did you notice anything happening?
No, it went out from here.
Okay, let's try. Anything happening then?
It was going like tensing and
excellent. That's all. So, Molly, you're tiny, right? So your movements are going to be tiny, and if you get a big movement, you're probably faking. Which is what you said the first time. You were like, "Yes, but I'm doing it." And kind of looking for you to put your focus there, but not make the muscles do anything.
Yeah.
Which is really hard if you're a body person, if you're a dancer or somebody that's used to managing your body.
Yeah.
It's really hard getting out of the way. So, oh, can you pant? And you might find it's chesty as well.
Yeah.
Notice one hand on your chest and one hand on your lower abs here. Now put your attention on your lower hand.
Okay.
And the trippy thing is, because Zoom's we get a delay of picture to sound. So can you tell me what is happening at the moment of you breathing out? Hands, I think your hand needs to be a bit lower. It's got, yeah. And again. What are you noticing? And I can see movement in your fingers, which is great because it's really low.
Yeah, it's just slowly like going.
And for the exhaling, which way is it going?
Exhaling.
Yeah.
Going in.
Yeah, brilliant. Because the camera says the opposite, but that's where we have to go. That's latency and it's a bit trippy. So now we're going to go And if your chest is moving, that's fine. Don't worry about that. If this is moving really, really energetically, then it's going to be moving your diaphragm, which moves your chest. So do not worry about that in the slightest. In fact, I kind of don't want any judgments about what's going on. I want observations. And like, oh, when I sing this for 10 minutes, I get quite tired. Or when I sing it and then I do that, I don't get tired. Or when I do that once, it's too much. So treat your voice like some sort of research project.
Yeah.
That's just fun and interesting rather than why is it bad. So that's very tickly. So you're gonna okay. So let it be. Yeah, but I think you've gone to the low version, haven't you?
Yeah.
I can't remember it. Do you want to get? Was it what note was it you started on? So can you do that and let it be a bit more airy, which might trip things up, but it might help. Hands stay on your lower abs, that lovely, yeah. Make sure you release. And then release. And do the next line. Yeah. Now, yeah. This might be skipping a step, but I want to know what happens if we do skip a step. So can you sing it with a little bit more airflow? So as if it's doing what you just did, but with the words.
If I die, you'll be the reason, the excuse. If I die, you'll be the reason. I'll blame it all on you. You tear my skin apart. Oh, every part of me. You tear my skin apart. I find it hard to breathe.
So the tricky thing is, I'm not going to get you to do that 10 times.
Yeah.
But did it feel any different doing it that way?
It felt, well, it sounded lighter, but then I know I've done it before when I've done that many times, and that was almost, it became tighter than if I just belted it out.
Did you just say it felt lighter or it felt tighter?
It sounded lighter.
That's what I thought you said. And then you said...
It's quieter and softer. But then if I sing that more times than I belt it, the effect on my voice will be like...
So you feel like if you did that more times, so that wasn't belting?
No, I don't know what that was.
Because the definitions are just completely personal. So
yeah, that to me wasn't belt. That was like somewhere in between.
Yeah.
It's quite easy for me to get up there.
Yeah, and I think it was quite mixy.
Yeah.
It wasn't, you'll be the reason. It wasn't that.
No.
But it was, because it was, yeah. So do that again with just a sense of your abdominals moving in relation to your breath.
Okay.
A little bit. And belt it, please. And you're going to need to ignore me and look over my head because you need to be up.
Yeah, I'm looking up there.
Yeah, brilliant.
If I die, you'll be the reason, the excuse. If I die, you'll be the reason. I'll blame it all on you. You tear my skin apart. Oh, every part of me. You tear my skin apart. I find it hard to breathe. That sounded really polite.
Okay, show me what it sounds like if it's not polite.
If I die, you'll be the reason, the excuse. If I die, you'll be the reason. I'll blame it all on you. You tear my skin apart. I find it hard to breathe. You tear my skin apart. I got the words wrong, but
it doesn't matter. So, was that less polite?
Yeah, kind of. But like, if I'm singing it less polite, I'll be more like shouting.
I need to hear that then.
Okay.
So go for it and don't think about the breathing.
Okay.
But please don't hurt your voice. But show me what you would do if you were recording.
Okay. If I die, you'll be the reason, the excuse. If I die, you'll be the reason. I'll blame it all on you. You tear my skin apart. Oh, every part of me. You tear my skin apart. I find it hard to breathe.
Did you have as much attitude as you would have?
Yeah.
It was completely different.
Yeah.
And that's what you need to be showing me.
Okay.
Because that's what you're going to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you still had Belly release.
Really?
Yes. Oh my gosh, when you watch this back, because it's right at the bottom of the screen, so I can literally see this. Yeah, you had this gorgeous belly release. So I want you to see what happens. So we're literally playing. If this is all right,
Okay.
we're playing. I'm throwing things at you, and you're gonna go, okay, that's what I want. So we don't want any of this stuff you don't actually want, because that's not going to help, is it?
Okay.
So with that attitude, on the proviso that the minute you start to feel tired, you tell me.
Okay.
Vocally. How do you feel now?
Feel all right.
Does it feel like you've done it a few times, or does it feel like you've done it once?
Feels like I've done it once.
Which you have, haven't you, really? So, when you did that last time, were you using an intention? Were you thinking about the person you were singing to?
Yeah, but then I was also thinking more about what my mouth is doing, like in terms of articulating the words, like how the words sound.
Yeah. Can you sing it to that person? But I'm assuming you wouldn't say it to that person.
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So I want you to sing it to that person and really, really enjoy it. And I want to know what that does. And the next thing I'm going to ask you to do is to, maybe I'll put them all together, but I think you can cope with 3 instructions at the same time. If this is too much, say I need to do it in sections. So I want you to do sort of very loose, very bad hula hooping hips. Really loose hips, just slower than that, bad. Really lazy hula hoopy hips, just to keep everything kind of loose. And then I want you to really, really enjoy giving this person what for.
Okay.
So you're going to really let rip, but you know when you're in the middle of a strop and you're really enjoying it, you're like, this is so much fun.
Yeah.
And if you keep laughing, then your throat doesn't hurt. But if you're like, anyway, so do it as if it's really fun.
Okay. I mean, that's what when I'm recording. I mean, it's a disco song, so the beat's
Yeah.
like. Okay, so. If I die, you'll be the reason, the excuse. If I die, you'll be the reason. I'll blame it all on you. You tear my skin apart, oh, every part of me. You tear my skin apart. I find it hard to breathe.
Did that feel any different?
It felt easier.
Good. What do you think it was?
I was smiling.
Excellent. Now I felt like you took your head forward a smidgen, and I want to explore what happens when you don't. So we're just going to go quite extreme into the other way. You're going to put your hand under where your hair starts. When you watch this back, you'll see I start doing this with my hand. I'm like, so just here, just underneath. Yeah, so a little bit lower. There's this gorgeous place where if you get a massage there, it's just magic. And it's just there, and it really attaches to the larynx. So lengthening there, and making sure. So actually, my favourite is to imagine you're a deck chair. Your arms are a deck chair, and you're just kind of reclining. This might mess everything up, but it might. In fact, Molly, I don't like that alignment. Can you get to the wall behind you?
This one.
Yeah. Can you do a semi-squat against the wall? So you're going to have your feet slightly away from the wall, your knees a little bit bent. Yeah, I like that. Does that feel too far back, or is it all right?
That's all right.
Good. Now remember exactly, you're having the attitude and you are really enjoying this.
I'm moving my knees at all.
No, but you look like you're quite low down, which looks a bit uncomfortable. Just a little bit of a squat.
Low down.
Yeah, I forgot you're really strong, aren't you? So just don't need to do much. It's not a workout of your legs.
Yeah.
So it's about getting a good connection with your back and your head against the wall. So let's hear it with this fun. Yeah.
If I die, you'll be the reason, the excuse. If I die, you'll be the reason. I'll blame it all on you. You tear my skin apart, oh, every part of me. You tear my skin apart. I find it hard to breathe. That was harder.
That was harder. In what
Yeah.
way? Where in your abs or?
Like I ran out of breath on that long line.
Okay. Do you know what I want you to do?
More.
Okay. Step away from the wall. And you're going to be a 70s style, but your head's going to move because I feel like you slightly got stuck going forward. So this might be a bit of a disaster because you're moving about quite a lot. But let's see what happens when you're doing that. So,
And my head.
yeah, just everything moving. And let's see if we go the opposite extreme.
Okay. If I die, you'll be the reason, the excuse. If I die, you'll be the reason. I'll blame it all on you. You tear my
did you think of that?
I felt like my head was staying still,
And
but like my back was moving.
I was just so taken with the sound.
It sounded better. It
So
sounded a lot more clearer.
awesome. And I didn't know if it was because you were facing me and so the mic picked up differently. So I'm so glad it was great
No,
there.
it did. It sounded like there was no tension or anything. It was just easy.
So, you know, the joke is, of all these vocal technique things, that's a variation of something I learned to do with kids therapy, where they had to be a jellyfish. And it was kind of like telling Molly to do the jellyfish.
It works. It's funny though, because when I talk to people about how I sing, I always sing so much better when I'm like walking around and doing stuff.
Yeah.
Like the recording always sounds better than if I'm stood still, because then I'm thinking about stuff.
Yeah. And
Thinking.
but it makes sense to me. So I think this idea of standing still to sing has come from the classical tradition.
Yeah.
A certain bit of it. And I know musical theatre singers have to too. Pop singers are not having to stand still. And also I'm fully aware of my bias. And you know, I've got this whole bias about ADHD and I think I have it. I think 3/4 of the people I work with have either got ADHD or dyslexia or both.
Yeah, I think I'm autistic, so there we go.
Yeah, and it's just standing still is not appealing.
It's not. I would never stand still if I was singing that song.
Well, no. How would you be dancing?
I don't know actually. I haven't thought about it, but I'd probably be quite aggressive in my actions. But I definitely wouldn't be.
Well, just to explore, can you stand still and do it?
I tried this and it. Oh god. Okay. If I die, you'll be the reason, the excuse. I'm so tense.
Yeah. So, can you take that concept of movement, but not move so much that it will mess up your recording, because you need a consistent distance, don't you?
Yeah.
So where do you feel the movement in your body?
In my knees, in my legs.
Love it. Not what I expected at all.
Always swaying when I sing.
But you can manage to keep your head pretty consistent.
Yeah, I mean, I can.
I'd never have thought knees. I'd never think knees. Never. Never in a million years.
I like my go-to dance. I'm like a mom. I'm like this.
You're so not like a mum.
I'm like this.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because you're probably one of the coolest people I know. So,
I dance. I'm in a club. Like everyone always expects me to like bust out some mad things, but I'm always just like.
No, it's because you did dance training. Trained dancers are very rarely crazy because they're controlled, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because you've learned to do it right. Yeah. So knees. I'm completely thrown by you saying knees.
It's like if I need a toilet, that kind of like thing. I always do it.
I was thinking excitement in the stomach. I was thinking stomach, or I was thinking potentially lower chest. That's me, but I'm not knees. Your knees.
Might do that, yeah.
Yeah. So you've got this looseness, but this energy in your knees. Love it. And every day is a student. Every day is a lesson for me. It's great. And then you're going to keep that energy, but you're going to have this consistency with your mouth position.
Okay.
Say that again.
Oh, that was way too high. If I die, you'll be the reason, the excuse. If I die, you'll be the reason. I'll blame it all on you. You tear my skin apart. Oh, every part of me. You tear my skin apart. I find it hard to breathe. That was good.
Yeah. So I think the thing to hold on to from what we've done is it's all about movement. Yeah. And I completely reject this idea that fidgeting is a bad thing. And I know it is officially, but I just reject it because everybody I work with is amazing and they're almost all fidgeters. So it's great. Right. So hopefully you've got some food for thought for that. Now, the important thing is what you do at the end of your session as well. But I want to look at how you're hitting these Gs, because you said it earlier that you got up to here. Which is really, I can't belt.
There's a bit in a song that I do as an ad-lib. I'm not doing it for long, and I go higher than that as well. I start on the G.
Okay.
I haven't done it since I've recorded it, because I recorded it and was like, and then didn't do it again.
Yeah, you want to be able to. In my opinion, you want to be able to sing pretty much everything you record. I know
Yeah.
there's lots of singers that. So, having taught Halo Beyonce, she very, very, very rarely sings that very low bit. It's always out to the audience. Yeah. I don't know if it is that bit, but and then as soon as I said that, then she did it live, and I found a recording. But it's you need to like Let's not go into details. I think it's a D flat or a.
Yeah, that's at the bottom of my range. That's like only when I start. Once I go up high, I lose my bottom bit. But if I start,
that's what we're going to spend the last few minutes of this looking at. But I want to hear. So when you were working up to it and you warm up earlier, and you got up to that G, what pattern did you use? Show me what you did.
What's the? It's going.
Blimey, Molly. Do it with all the vowels. Show me what happens when you do all the vowels.
Ooh, okay. Do you want me to start it all again?
E, O.
Like, those are the two I find easier because obviously E is like a.
Well, it is for you. Some people find E really hard.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, ooze.
Yeah.
Ooze, not the one.
Can you do ah? Can you do with a little tiny y at the beginning, so it's not got a glottal at the start?
Okay.
Do that again with the jellyfish, or just the loose knees. That actually looked too easy. I need to see another if you don't mind. Going up.
Oh yeah, I can go higher.
Oh yes, keep going. Let's hear where you have a problem. Because I'm not hearing a problem here, Molly. I'm hearing just awesome. Can you do ya again? And yeah.
That's the same one. That kind
And the next one. Try the next one. I love that. I swear I'm giving you the semitone up. Yeah. Yeah. And then yeah. Say that again.
That's like head voice, like.
Show me.
Like
Show me.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh. How did I start that?
Yeah, it was. I don't think it quite was the one before, but maybe it was. Yeah. Try it from there. Yeah. From there.
Yeah. What note was it?
Oh, I don't know. That was B flat.
No, that I started that on E flat.
Yeah, I took it down quite a bit.
Oh, do you want me to go?
I wanted to get you back in that place that's really meaty.
So the C.
Yeah. Yeah, we're a bit lower.
Yeah.
And what's interesting to me is that there's an assumption there's a problem.
Well, it's just because when I sing it in that one song, it wasn't strong.
Did it feel strong in that pattern?
It felt, yeah, it does when I go up to it, but I started on it, and then I went up, and then I came back down.
Can you show me the context of the song?
Yeah, so it's the ad lib is.
Okay, it seemed to me your energy lapsed as you hit the high note.
Well, it sort of just gets thinner.
Did you want it?
I don't know what I'm doing with my voice, but I sort of.
Do you want it to get thinner?
No.
Okay, so I want you to do something in your body that opens up as you get to the high note. So something, I mean, you probably wouldn't use it live, but something, if it might involve turning on your back muscles, it might just be really loose, that's just opening upwards. As you go into the high bit.
Okay. Yeah!
And it died a little at the end. Was that deliberate?
Yeah.
Cool. Did that feel easier just by doing something?
Yeah. I mean, it gave me more confidence that I could because I was going up.
Yeah. So I would suggest you needed to go up a little bit later, but again, it could be the video lag.
Okay.
Do it again.
Yeah! I didn't feel like I needed to, but then I went up anyway.
But it sounded tight at the end to me that it didn't in the previous time.
Like it's shaky. It's kind of like it's not.
Yeah. This
Stable.
is my favourite. Just little flower bursting out of my head. Ah! You know, but that was not at all the sound you're making because I don't sing like you. So, but I apologise for that horribleness.
Okay. It's sort of like it's breathy and scratchy, but it kind of doesn't sound bad or feel bad.
Scratchy? Is that the sound or the feel?
Grainy.
Okay, but
Sounds grainy. Doesn't feel it. It feels fine.
Okay.
But it sounds.
So you may, as you know, you may not feel when you have a problem. You will hear it.
Yeah.
We don't usually feel any damage here. So I want grainy to be something you choose and not that chooses you because of the note. So I think
It's. Is it because it's somewhere in between my belt and my head? Like it becomes thinner, in a way. Because it's not the same as when I like sing openly down there.
Yeah, sing openly down there for me.
Yeah.
Okay, can you sing openly down there and then slide up a little higher and see how close you can get to the start note of that phrase, but keep the sensation of the low note. Yeah, that low note.
Yeah.
And it's going to change. What happened there is what I think might be happening in the ad-lib line, which is that your energy is lagging towards the end.
Okay.
Rather than actually being a vocal technique thing.
Okay.
So what I was going to say, and I'll throw it out there in case you think of it later, was the hands just looked a bit when you did the phrase earlier, and then you started talking about grainy and I freaked out a little. Imagining you've got laser beams coming out your hands or something. Yeah. So as you go up, so there's a continuation beyond the end of the line. You're not getting to the end of the line. You've got to go way past there. Yeah! That line, please.
Yeah! That's not the same note.
No, it was wasn't it?
Yeah. I can't remember what note it is. That one right?
I don't know. That's a G, so.
What note was I singing?
That was a G just then. This.
That's way higher than I was.
You weren't singing that.
That doesn't seem high enough though. I started on that is the one.
That sounds right to me, yeah.
To be honest, that's not high enough, but it is definitely.
Because you've gone higher.
Okay.
So I just want you to think past the end of the phrase, because to me it's like you're going, I've got this much to sing, I need this much energy, whereas actually, Molly, you need more. Because that bit's just at the end. We don't want that.
Okay. Yeah! Oh. Yeah!
Yeah. Can you hear your echo? So I think it's about energy and commitment.
And because that felt, the beginning of it felt lazy, but as soon as I got up there, that it connected.
Well, you remember that whole thing about you lift your leg out in front of you. It's easy for a moment, but when you hold it out there for however many seconds, it starts to flipping hurt.
Yeah.
And it's the sustaining the energy that's harder.
Okay.
Sustaining the movement rather than just hitting it. We need to cool you down. Okay. So, first of all, a big sigh. And a stretch up rather than a collapse down. I love the radiating thing of like laser beams. Yeah, rather than
I
collapse.
look like Bill and Ben the flower pot.
Yeah, that's just what I think. So just that checking that. So because the temptation of cool down is to just flop, but it's not that, is it? It's a counter stretch. And then some low stuff. No, 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 no.
No.
And I actually want you to go to a little bit higher because it's been just somewhere around there. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No.
Around the D by middle C, just because it's yeah, 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 yeah. Lazy easy.
Yeah. No.
And then let's go from there. So because you're doing everything the whole octave above, you can't just cool down to your bottom. You've got to cool down to the middle as well. So you need to go through the whole of it. So hey, you do your own pattern. Can you sing a line of something really low and comfy? I'm sure you've got loads.
Oh, I don't know. What songs are like low? Whenever you ask me to sing a song, my mind goes blank.
Well, I was thinking of one that you do.
What's the beginning of Grown Ups?
I don't know, my love. And all I can think of is Run by Leona Lewis, well, Snow Patrol, but the Leona Lewis one that I did worked with somebody yesterday, and I can't think past that, and I don't want you to sing that.
When I was young, that's really low.
Yeah, just sing it, but take it maybe a little higher. When I was young.
When I was younger, I was naive. Thought when you get older, people aren't mean.
So just using those two lines, drop it down a bit lower. When I was younger.
When I was younger, I was naive.
Feel a lovely resonance here. Just feel the vibe.
But when you get older, people aren't mean.
And then, yeah, so when I talk, I can really feel lovely sympathetic vibrations in my chest, and I really like it. So when I was younger.
When I was younger, I was naive. Thought when you get older, people aren't mean.
Now, when I was younger.
When I was younger, I was... Huh?
Keep tall. You dropped down a little bit as the pitch went down.
When I was younger, I was naive. Thought when you get older, people aren't mean.
And can you get any lower?
When I was younger, I was naive. Thought when you get older, people aren't mean.
And any lower? I'm looking for you to get right down so you end up in fry.
When I was younger, I was naive.
Keep going, it's great.
Thought when you get older, people aren't mean.
And I'm suspecting the next one's going to take you to...
When I was younger, I was naive.
Yeah!
Thought when you get older, people aren't mean.
Because now we're at a place where we're laughing. Really, really different to that high place. And give me a big sigh. And just another one of, oh, it's been a long session, or whatever it is.
Oh.
But as you do that, as you out, keep lengthening. That's it. And have you got any questions? No? What? Oh, I'm going to stop the recording. Where am I?